Mic check 1, 2, 3. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Woodbine Mohawk Park. As today we continue with our 2-year-old qualifiers. It'll be a full day for the fillies. 11 qualifiers in total scheduled for today. Qualifier number 1 will be on the trot, a field of 7. There are no changes in our first qualifier. We'll meet the field in just a couple of moments. They'll be lining up for the first in about a minute or two. All right, the starting gate's moving into position. A field of 7 two-year-old trotting fillies are going to kick things off, the first of 11 here today. The number 1 is Emerald Island. This will be the first qualifier for this daughter of Green Shoe. She's trained by Shane Weber, who will also do the driving, and was purchased at the Harrisburg yearling sale for $100,000 US. We move on to number 2, Meme Queen, a daughter of Propulsion. Kyle Fellows trains, Louis Waugh will drive. This was a Harrisburg buy as well for $10,000 US. Number 3 is Ellie, a daughter of Holiday Road. Keith Jones trains and drives. Number 4 is Sister Scarlet. She's a daughter of Father Patrick. Mark Etzel trains and drives. It'll be the second outing for Sister Scarlet. She was a Lexington Select yearling sale purchase for $75,000 US. The 5 is HP Imagine, Green Manalishi filly trained by Marcel Barrio. Austin Sori is in the bike. And this daughter of Green Manalishi purchased for $110,000 at the London Classic. 6 is Rhonda May Kay, a muscle mass filly, first time out. Trained by Doug Bowens. Jody Jameson drives. And she comes from Harrisburg for $10,000 US. And 7 is Spanish Bay, a Green Manalishi filly. Joe McIsaac trains. Bob McClure does the driving. So it's a field of 7 for our first of 11 on this Friday morning. Track is fast, temperature in the high teens. It'll be creeping up. Certainly a break from the real warm weather we had last weekend and through early in the week. As the starting gate comes to the top of the stretch, the first of 11 here today from Woodbine Mohawk Park. And they're off and trotting, and it'll be Meme Queen who is stepping ahead from post 2. Down the center is HP Imagine. Those two the quickest away. Far outside is Spanish Bay, and she's into the mix, while between horses is Rhonda May Kay. Sister Scarlet is to the inside behind Meme Queen. A couple lengths back of her rail starter Emerald Island, and Ellie is to that one's outside and will have to drop to the back as they all look for their position into that first bend, and HP Imagine leads it here. On the outside, Rhonda May Kay, as they're by the opening quarter in 31 seconds flat. So Rhonda May Kay is going to get into a 2-hole there in front of Meme Queen third. 2 lengths back to Sister Scarlet in fourth. Fifth into the backstretch is Spanish Bay. Spotted 6 is Emerald Island, and a couple lengths back to Ellie, who rounds things out. So it's a second time out for HP Imagine, and while she raced from the back in her qualifying debut, today she shows the way up to the midway point. The debuter, Rhonda May Kay, tracks intently there in second. In third is Meme Queen, and underway, Etzel pulls on the right line, and Sister Scarlet starts to advance from fourth. She's already gained a spot. 1:03 was the half-mile time, and the trotters head onto the far turn. On the outside there briefly with Spanish Bay. She's back down to the rail. Then it's Emerald Island second from last. And finally, we go back to Ellie. HP Imagine, the daughter of Green Manalishi, takes the lead out now to 2 1/4, 2.5 lengths. Rhonda May Kay picks it back up there in second. Outside is Sister Scarlet for the far turn. Meme Queen inside fourth. Spanish Bay back to Emerald Island, and the last one is Ellie. 3/4 was 1:32 and 1. So that's the fastest split to this point. 29 and 1/3 quarter speed there from HP Imagine, and she's into the lane. Rhonda May Kay now to the outside has made up that 2 lengths almost on even terms now with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Meme Queen is just following in behind third. Then fourth is Sister Scarlet. So striking the lead is Rhonda May Kay, and in her qualifying debut, this daughter of Muscle Mass is going to be a winner. Rhonda May Kay will take it by 2. Meme Queen was good there in second, getting by HP Imagine, who was third. Sister Scarlet finished in fourth. The final time was 2 minutes and 2/5. Today's second qualifier is up next, and we'll have a field of 6 lining up. Driver change on the 4, DeVuto Shadow. It'll be Jody Jamieson to steer. That's the lone change in this field of 6. Number 1, Rising Shadow. She's a daughter of Shadow Play. Jacques DuPont trains. J.R. Plant will drive. $33,000 buy from the London Classic. 2 is Tour Finale. Sunfire Blue Chip filly. Mike Horner trains and drives. 3, On Fleek, a Big Jim filly. Caroline Nielsen, the trainer. James McDonald drives. 4, DeVuto Shadow, a Shadow Play filly trained by Susie Kerwood. Jody Jamieson drives. 5 is the Waltzing Weasel, trained by Rod Hughes, Todd Ratchford to steer. This is a daughter of All Bets Off. And 6 is Almara, a Dancin' Lou filly, trained by Les Posen, the driver Tyler Jones. Field of 6. All assembled here. We've got 4 of them returning with qualifying experience. 2 of them making their debut, the 3 On Fleek and the 6 Almara going out for the first time. As it's our first look at pacing fillies on this Friday morning. Starting gate swings into the stretch, and here they come for qualifier number 2. And they're off and pacing. The Waltzing Weasel is firing forward. Next door neighbor, DeVuto Shadow, also forging ahead. On Fleek, coming through. Is going to get away in 3rd. A little steppy there, but gets in front of Rising Shadow 4th. Then to Tour Finale, who is 2nd from the back. And Almara drops down to the rail and will race in 6th. Into the first turn, and the Waltzing Weasel is out in front. And this is a pretty good opening quarter. 28 seconds flat up on the board here for the Waltzing Weasel. So the Waltzing Weasel, the daughter of All Bets Off, leads it here for Todd Ratchford. 2 lengths clear of DeVuto Shadow 2nd. On Fleek is racing in 3rd. Rising Shadow is 4th. Break of 5 or so lengths to Tour Finale, and then going back to Almara. So up the backstretch here. This is the 3rd qualifier for the Waltzing Weasel. And it's the first time she's been put on the front. And she's coming to the half off a 28-second opening quarter. The midway point is hit in 58-4. So backing things down 30-4 in the second quarter after that sharp opening panel. It's a 2-hole trip here for DeVuto's Shadow. In 3rd is On Fleek. 4th is Rising Shadow. A couple lengths to Tour Finale. And the last one continues to be Almara. They're midway around the far turn. The Waltzing Weasel has them pointed to 3/4. DeVuto Shadow in 2nd. On Fleek, the debuter, right behind that one 3rd. Rising Shadow's ready to go from 4th. Tour Finale, and Almara rounds things out. 129-2, the 3/4 time. 30-3 in the 3rd. And we'll see if the sprint is on now for the leader, the Waltzing Weasel. Going to have some competition in the form of DeVuto Shadow and On Fleek, who was ready to go. And On Fleek is surging on the outside and now takes the lead. It's On Fleek to the front. DeVuto Shadow 2nd on the outside. Rising Shadow now into 3rd. The Waltzing Weasel back in 4th. On Fleek with a good-looking debut. The Big Jim filly wins it, wrapped up there at the line, and gets it done in 157-2. 2nd was DeVuto Shadow. 3rd then was Rising Shadow. And 4th was the Waltzing Weasel. Next up is going to be the third qualifier as we'll move back over to the trot. And we're going to have a field of 7, all clear here in this third qualifier. Here we go as the horses are going to take their spots. We'll start with number 1, Mary J. Second time out for this daughter of Muscle Mass. She's trained by Bob Young. Scott Young drives. And this was a $57,000 London Classic yearling sale purchase. Number 2, Goldilocks Hanover. Desiree Jones trains. Gino Toscani drives. A daughter of Tactical Landing. Third time out for her. She was a Harrisburg buy for $14,000 US. 3 is Figuratively. Green Manalishi filly, trained by Dustin Jones. Tyler Jones drives. 4, Press On Ballykeel, a Wheelin' and Dealin' filly, trained by Josh McKibben. Tyler Borth is in the bike. 5, HP Sophia, Alarm Detector filly, trained by Chantel Mitchell. It's Louis Waugh to drive. 6, Green Money Queen is a daughter of Green Manalishi, trained by Sean Stacy. Bob McClure steers. Green Money Queen came out of Harrisburg for $70,000 US. And 7 is Feet of the Moon, shoe filly. Les Posen trains Paul McDonnell to drive. A field of 7 lining up. The outside 3 all making their qualifying debut. HP Sophia, Green Money Queen, and Feet of the Moon. Starting gate to the top of the stretch. A field of 7 set to go for qualifier number 3. And they're off and trotting. Looking to the inside, Mary J, Goldilocks Hanover. Also Press On Ballykeel. That's your top trio in the early going. As HP Sophia slips down to the rail there in 4th. Going to Figuratively. Taking to the inside, Green Money Queen and Feet of the Moon will then follow down to the rail. Out in front, though, will be Press On Ballykeel. So Press On Ballykeel to the top. Mary J in 2nd. And then back to Goldilocks Hanover in 3rd. Press On Ballykeel puts up an opening panel of 30-4 and leads it here for Tyler Borth. This is the second qualifier for Press On Ballykeel. She's a daughter of Wheelin' and Dealin'. She's 2 lengths in front of the Muscle Mass filly, Mary J. Gap of 4 or so lengths back to the Tactical Landing filly, Goldilocks Hanover in 3rd. Racing 4th, the debuting Alarm Detector filly, HP Sophia. Then back to the daughter of Green Manalishi, Figuratively. She's racing in 5th. 3 more lengths to the Green Manalishi daughter, Green Money Queen. And 2 more lengths to Feet of the Moon. The daughter of Green Shoe can see them all. They're by the half in 101-4. Second quarter in 31 seconds even, and it is Press On Ballykeel still leading the way. Second is Mary J. Tightening up in 3rd, Goldilocks Hanover. 4th is HP Sophia. Then it's about 6 or 7 lengths back to Figuratively. Second from the back is Green Money Queen, and she's being tracked by Feet of the Moon, who now moves to the outside. And speaking of movement, up front, Mary J. out from 2nd and gets right up side by side with Press On Ballykeel. 3/4 clocking, 131-4. They went 30 seconds in the 3rd split, and they spin for home. And on the outside, it's Mary J. looking to overtake Press On Ballykeel, but Press On Ballykeel's got plenty of fight at the inside. These two, as they're coming into the final 1/8 of the mile, Mary J, Press On Ballykeel, Goldilocks Hanover back in 3rd, HP Sophia following that one 4th. Coming into deep stretch, Mary J has the short lead, battling back Press On Ballykeel. Mary J wins it. So a good stretch battle between those fillies. It was Mary J from Press On Ballykeel, tight for 3rd between HP Sophia and Goldilocks Hanover, 2 minutes and 2/5. Gates moving into position for today's fourth qualifier. 2-year-old pacing fillies, a field of 7. Lone change here is number 3, Cosmic Crisp, will be driven by Scott Young. So number 1, My Girl Friday, is a sports writer filly, trained by Anthony Beaton. James McDonald drives. My Girl Friday comes out of the London Classic for $18,000. 2 is Drill Bit Penny. She's a daughter of Stag Party. Gerard Demers trains. Bob McClure drives. A $6,000 yearling from the London Classic. 3, Cosmic Crisp, daughter of Mick Wicked. Herb Holland trains. Scott Young drives. Lexington Select Buy for $13,000 US. 4 is the debuting Jersey Jewel, Better Than Cheddar filly, trained by Jason Libby. Travis Henry drives. She comes out of the London Classic for $21,000. 5, Lions Trina, is a Stay Hungry filly, also debuting today. Randy Harris trains. Tyler Borth will drive. She was a $30,000 US yearling from Harrisburg. 6, Make 'em Blush Hanover, debuting daughter of Captain Treacherous for trainer Luke Blay. Louis Waugh drives. Make 'em Blush Hanover came out of the Lexington Select sale for $150,000 US. And then number 7 is Aura Blue Chip. She's also a daughter of Captain Treacherous. This will be her qualifying debut. And she too is trained by Luke Blay. $140,000 US yearling buy from Harrisburg. And the driver will be Tyler Jones. So a field of 7 for the fourth qualifier as the pacing fillies approach the top of the stretch. Here they come for qualifier number 4. And they're off and pacing. Drill Bit Penny gets the first call at the rail. That is My Girl Friday. Cosmic Crisp coming across will be Make 'em Blush Hanover to drop in 4th in front of Jersey Jewel 5th. Then we go to Lions Trina, and Aura Blue Chip is to that one's wheel, racing in 7th. So the leader is Drill Bit Penny, and she is out in front here, while second is My Girl Friday. Then in third is Cosmic Crisp. Drill Bit Penny to the opening quarter by that station in 30 and 2. So Drill Bit Penny shows the way. Second is My Girl Friday. Then in third is Cosmic Crisp. 2.5 lengths back to Make 'em Blush Hanover, who got ahead of a couple rivals to get away in 4th. Jersey Jewel follows that one 5th. 6th is Lions Trina, and 7th is Aura Blue Chip. Up front, little encouragement here for Drill Bit Penny as she is showing the way. First time on the lead here in a qualifier. Second is My Girl Friday, the debuter, just sitting on that one's back as they were by the half in 102 and 3. So that second quarter was in 32 and 1. Up front here is Drill Bit Penny, the daughter of Stag Party. My Girl Friday, for the time being, just follows along there in second, enjoying the 2-hole ride as they start to pick it up here now. 5/8 the mile contested. So Drill Bit Penny takes it up a notch now. My Girl Friday in second. Cosmic Crisp stays there third. 4th is Make 'em Blush Hanover. Couple lengths into Jersey Jewel. Lions Trina, and the last one is Aura Blue Chip. 3/4 is hit in 132 and 2. So there you go. That was 29 and 4 in the third quarter. Drill Bit Penny has brought them this far. My Girl Friday ready to go. Pops to the outside and looks to charge on by. And it'll be My Girl Friday who shoots to the lead. Second is Drill Bit Penny. Third still there is Cosmic Crisp. Make 'em Blush Hanover is in 4th. My Girl Friday, a 2-hole ride in the qualifying debut, and a good-looking effort to win it by 2. Second was Drill Bit Penny, then third Cosmic Crisp, and Make 'em Blush Hanover was 4th, 159 flat. Fifth qualifier today, a field of 7 2-year-old trotting fillies. Driver change on 5, Evangelista, Travis Cullen. 1 is Twiddlesticks. This is a daughter run director. First time out, Shane Weber trains, Bob McClure drives. 2 is ICU, a muscle mass filly. Jacques Dupont trains, JR Plant to steer. ICU comes out of Harrisburg for $32,000 US. 3, Dublin Whiskey Fire is an alarm detector filly. Keith Jones trains and drives. 4 is Lake Buena Vista, muscle mass filly, trained by Lori Bayco. Jody Jameson was listed. It'll be Travis Cullen driving. Check that. That'll be on the 5. So Jameson does drive the 4. And note that Lake Buena Vista was a London Classic buy for $75,000. 5, Evangelista. That's the one Travis Cullen will now steer for trainer Meg Crone. Green Manalishi filly. Purchased at the London Classic for $31,000. 6 is Sweetest Tricks, Trixton filly. Herb Holland trains. James McDonald drives. Sweetest Tricks from the London Classic for $22,000. And 7 is Thwarter, Archangel filly trained by Kyle Fellows. Louis Waugh drives. And that rounds out the field of 7. 2-year-old trotting fillies here. Note 4, Lake Buena Vista will add trotting hobbles. So this field of 7 is lined up, set to go for today's 5th. Gate picking up speed. Here they come. Qualifier number 5. And they're off and trotting, and it's a pretty even beginning across the board here. ICU gets down to the inside. Dublin Whiskey Fire has a short advantage. Here comes Thwarter on the outside. Then you got Lake Buena Vista along with Evangelista. Caught on the outside will be Sweetest Tricks. So still lots to settle here into this first turn. They're 4 deep. Thwarter, the widest of them all, and off stride between horses went Lake Buena Vista. So Lake Buena Vista made a break. Will be taken out of harm's way, and getting to the front, Thwarter went off stride. 30-4 is what the teller timer reads for that opening quarter, and a couple of breakers that were trying to get forwardly placed there as Thwarter got around the original breaker, but just as she touched down on the lead, she made a break, and that leaves ICU alone on the lead here by 5 lengths. Meanwhile, Evangelista has been able to get around Dublin Whiskey Fire into second. Sweetest Tricks, who was in the mix into the first turn, is racing fourth about 9 lengths from the front. Then it's Twiddlesticks, and then back to our breakers, the last 2 to round things out. So as they were by the half in 102-3, it continues to be an all-alone leader in ICU. Second is Evangelista, who is trying to chip away at that deficit. Meanwhile, Swedish Tricks has now moved up into third around Dublin Whiskey Fire, who's back in fourth. Twiddlesticks is racing in fifth. And then it's Lake Buena Vista and Thwarter coming to 3/4. And the leader here, ICU, the muscle mass filly, by 3/4 in 132-3. So off a 30-second third panel, ICU turns for home. Evangelista second. Back in third is Swedish Tricks, and well back to Twiddlesticks, who's now moved into fourth and into the final 1/8 of the mile. ICU, second outing for this daughter of muscle mass, and she's going to get a mark here this morning. ICU stepping to the wire to win by 5, finishing in second Evangelista, and then third through the wire is Swedish Tricks. The final time, 2 minutes and 4/5, 28-1 on the end of it. And we're set to resume with today's qualifying action. The sixth qualifier is coming up in just a moment as the gate's now moving into position. It'll be a field of 7, couple driver changes. For Romantic Beauty, Louis Waugh will drive, while number 6, Bull by the Horns, will be steered by Jonathan Drury. Number 1 is Talbot Kristen. Cattle Wash filly, John Pentland trains. Bob McClure will drive, and Talbot Kristen came out of the Harrisburg sale for $45,000 US. Number 2, I'm with Poppy, is a daughter of Poppy Rob Hanover, trained by Dr. Ian Moore. Tyler Moore drives. 3, Cosi Bay Kiwi is a Big Jim filly, trained by Nick Gallucci. James McDonald in the bike. 4, Romantic Beauty, daughter of Better's Delight, trained by Greg McNair. Louis Waugh drives. 5, Bet on Jane is a betting line filly. Dwayne Avery trains. Todd Ratchford drives. 6, Bull by the Horns is a daughter of Bulldog Hanover, trained by Tony Beaton. Jonathan Drury drives. Bull by the Horns, purchased at the Harrisburg yearling sale for $60,000 US. And 7 is Ann Mack, a cattle wash filly, trained by Shane Weber, the driver, Tyler Borth. So that's your field of 7 for today's 6th qualifier as we get things going once again. Qualifiers 6 through 11 coming up now as we move to the back half of today's action. Set to go, qualifier number 6. Here they come, 2-year-old pacing fillies. And they're off and pacing. Cosi Bay Kiwi is striding out forward. In the center of the track is the free-legged Bet on Jane. Between rivals, though, will be Romantic Beauty to split on through. Talbot Kristen is at the rail getting away in 4th, while I'm with Poppy rides at her wheel 5th, tracked then by Ann Mack and Bull by the Horns. Into the first turn and on the outside, Bet on Jane is looking to get out to the lead. So it's Bet on Jane from Romantic Beauty, opening quarter time 29 and 4. Bet on Jane, second qualifier for this daughter of Betting Line, and she's out in front by a length and a half. Romantic Beauty in second, followed by Cosi Bay Kiwi in 3rd. Talbot Kristen is in 4th. 5th then is I'm with Poppy, 2 lengths into Ann Mack, and the trailer is Bull by the Horn. Single file up the backstretch here following Bet on Jane. Romantic Beauty there in the deuce. Cosi Bay Kiwi following intently there 3rd. 4th is Talbot Kristen. They were by the half in 1 minute and 3/5. So backing things down 30 and 4 in the second quarter, and the leader continues to be Bet on Jane. Bet on Jane into the far turn. Gets a slight bit of separation there for a moment from Romantic Beauty as they start to pick it up. 5/8 of the mile in the books. Cosi Bay Kiwi right there 3rd. 4th is Talbot Kristen. In 5th, that continues to be I'm with Poppy. 6th is Ann Mack, and the last one is Bull by the Horns. Coming to 3/4. Still no movement just yet. 1:29 and 4 was the 3/4 time. So off a 29 and 1 third panel into the stretch is Bet on Jane, and Bet on Jane's going to try and close it out. Romantic Beauty coming off her back. Then it's going to be Cosi Bay Kiwi at the inside. Talbot Kristen looking for a good final quarter kick. Romantic Beauty on the outside. Wearing down Bet on Jane. Romantic Beauty now takes the lead as we come into deep stretch. And Romantic Beauty, the daughter of Better's Delight, will win. Second was Bet on Jane. Talbot Kristen up there into 3rd. Cosi Bay Kiwi was 4th. 1:56 and 4. It was 27 seconds on the end of it. Even quicker for Romantic Beauty, our winner in the 6th. And the seventh qualifier is up next as we've got 2-year-old trotting fillies, a field of 8. Only driver change is number 8. Antebellum will be driven by James McDonald. 1 Green Goose, a green Manalishi filly. Matt Bax trains and drives. Here was a $52,000 buy from the London Classic. 2 is Karma as a Queen. She's a daughter of Green Manalishi. Duncan Brewer trains. Tyler Jones in the bike. This one came out of the London Classic for $25,000. 3 is HP Crystalline, an alarm detector filly, trained by Chantel Mitchell. Louis Waugh drives. 4 is Intense Manalishi, daughter of Green Manalishi. Julie Walker trains. Burt Renault in the sulky. 5 is Social Wizard, an alarm detector filly, trained by Ben Bayarjan. Tyler Borth between the wheels. 6 is TH Morgan Fairchild, a Green Manalishi filly, trained by Clark Bealby with Jonathan Drury. This was a London Classic buy for $67,000. 7 Elbows Up, Muscle Mass filly, trained by Sean Stacy. Bob McClure drives. Came out of Harrisburg for $30,000 US. And 8, Antebellum, is a bar hopping filly trained by Greg McNair. James McDonald will drive. So a field of 8 2-year-old trotting fillies for today's 7th qualifier as they approach the top of the stretch. And here they come, qualifier number 7. They're off and trotting. It's Social Wizard, away well from the middle. Karma is a Queen to the inside, also coming forward as Elbows Up is crossing over. That one, an outside starter, getting into the forward mix. Green Goose got away in 4th. HP Crystalline. Antebellum is getting ahead of a few rivals. We go back to Intense Manalishi, and the last one is TH Morgan Fairchild. Off stride went Antebellum as they got into the first turn. Opening quarter time was 31-4, and your leader out of the first turn is Karma is a Queen. Karma is a Queen up top here by nearly 3 lengths. Elbows Up got away in 2nd. Social Wizard is in 3rd and might be getting underway here for Tyler Borth. So here comes Social Wizard as that one out from 3rd, making a move for the lead. Racing in 4th is Green Goose. 5th up the backstretch, HP Crystalline. Then going back to Intense Manalishi, followed by TH Morgan Fairchild. And well out of it is Antebellum. 1:03 was the half-mile time. And as we were approaching the midway point, we saw that move from Social Wizard, and Social Wizard marched on up to the lead. So the alarm detector filly clear by 2. 2nd, the Green Manalishi filly, Karma is a Queen. Then in 3rd, continues to be Elbows Up. 4th is Green Goose. 5th around the far turn, HP Crystalline. Then back to Intense Manalishi, TH Morgan Fairchild, and back to Antebellum. 1:32 flat was the 3-quarter clocking. 29 seconds in the 3rd quarter, and Social Wizard is into the lane. Karma is a Queen in 2nd. Elbows Up is 3rd. Back to Green Goose 4th. On that one's back is HP Crystalline, Intense Manalishi, TH Morgan Fairchild, and Antebellum. That's how they're lined up coming down to the wire. Doesn't look like there'll be much change here now, as to the wire is Social Wizard, a winner by 2. Karma is a Queen 2nd. 3rd was Elbows Up, and getting up for 4th, HP Crystalline, 2 minutes and 2/5. Next up is the 8th qualifier. It's a field of 7 2-year-old trotting fillies. No changes here. Number 1 is Bingo Night. She's a daughter of Green Man Alishi, trained by Dustin Jones. Tyler Jones does the driving. Number 2, Who Dares Wins, is a Chapter 7 filly, trained and driven by Matt Bax. 3, Twin Bee Showbiz, daughter of Muscle Mass. Chantel Mitchell trains. Louis Waugh will drive. This is a Harrisburg yearling sale graduate for $47,000 US. 4 is Blue Jean Gal. She's a daughter of Trixton, trained by Julie Walker. The driver is Bert Renault. 5 is HP Fashionista, daughter of Muscle Mass, trained by Ben Bayarjan. The driver's Tyler Borth. Here was a $135,000 yearling buy from the London Classic. 6 is Chex Mix, Green Man Alishi filly, trained by Clark Bealby. Jonathan Drury is at the controls. A $90,000 US yearling purchase out of Harrisburg. And the last one to meet is Sweet Mama T, daughter of Muscle Mass, trained by Sean Stacy. Bob McClure drives. She was a $40,000 yearling buy, $40,000 US out of Harrisburg. A field of 7 lining up. Qualifier number 8. So we're set to go with the 8th qualifier as the 2-year-old trotting fillies. This field of 7 moves into the stretch. They'll pick up speed, and here they come. And they're off and trotting. Who Dares Wins is going to kick forward. From the middle is HP Fashionista. Inside, Bingo Night holds ground. So HP Fashionista will drop in third in front of Twin Bee Showbiz fourth. At that one's outside is Chex Mix, who will get in between rivals with Blue Jean Gal second from the back. And Sweet Mama T is the trailer. Into the first turn, and it is Who Dares Wins, this daughter of Chapter 7 in front by 2. Bingo Night in second, the opening quarter, 31-2. So Who Dares Wins is out in front. Bingo Night is second. Third into the backstretch is HP Fashionista, and then it's the debuting Twin Bee Showbiz in fourth. Racing fifth up the backstretch, another debuter in Chex Mix. That one's 2.5 in front of Blue Jean Gal. It's her first tour. And the last one, another debuter in Sweet Mama T. Moving through this second quarter, a 2-horse breakaway up front. Who Dares Wins by 2. Bingo Night in second. And as there was a rival gapping, that'll get some activity. Chex Mix has moved around into third. Also following is Twin Bee Showbiz. 1:01.4 was the half-mile time. So dropping back was HP Fashionista. That saw a couple of rivals go around her. Second from the back is Blue Jean Gal. And Sweet Mama T tracks that rival as 5/8 of the mile is now complete. Who Dares Wins is still leading the way, up top by nearly 2. Bingo Night's been following along throughout and now getting a bit closer. Chex Mix is doing some good trotting on the final turn, third, and Twin Bee Showbiz has a nice one to track there, fourth. 1:31.4 for 3/4. 30 seconds in the third panel, and they're into the lane. It's Who Dares Wins. Bingo Night on the outside pressing. Chex Mix behind in third. Fourth then is Twin Bee Showbiz. Less than 1/8 of a mile to go, and Bingo Night now takes the lead, tracked by Chex Mix. Inside, Who Dares Wins, and then Twin Bee Showbiz coming down to the wire. Bingo Night to win it. Chex Mix was second on the outside. It was Twin Bee Showbiz third. Then fourth was Who Dares Wins. Final time, 2 minutes and a fifth. Today's ninth qualifier is getting set to go. We're going to scratch number 4, Aaron Wood Big Deal. Brings us down to a field of 6. Michael Whalen will drive the 5 unplugged. Number 1, Cackleberry, daughter of Cattle Wash. Dustin Jones trains, Tyler Jones drives. 2 is Esmeralda Dulac, a Cattle Wash filly, trained by Eric Nadeau, with Louis Waugh on the bike. 3, J-Port Diamond, Cattle Wash filly, Mike Horner trains and drives. The 4 is scratched. Number 5, Unplugged. This is a daughter of American Ideal. Danny O'Brien trains. Michael Whalen will drive. Lexian Select Buy for $12,000 US. 6 is Bikini Sealster, a Bulldog Hanover filly, trained by Sean Stacy. Bob McClure drives, and Bikini Sealster was a $150,000 US buy out of the Lexian Select sale. Last one to meet, 7, Shuri, Cattle Wash filly, trained by Jason Libby. Travis Henry drives. This was a Harrisburg purchase for $40,000 US. Ninth qualifier of the day, 2-year-old pacing fillies. Scratch down to a field of 6. Here they come. And they're off and pacing. Let's give the first call to the rail starter Cackleberry, along with J-Port Diamond, who is forging ahead. Esmeralda Dulac gets down to the rail in 3rd. Coming across will be Unplugged to get away in 4th. Bikini Sealster is then 5th in front of Shuri, who is at the back. It's J-Port Diamond, the Cattle Wash filly out in front as they drive to the opening quarter. Cackleberry in 2nd. Esmeralda Dulac is 3rd. Unplugged Race is 4th. Then it's Bikini Sealster and Shuri. 29 and 3 was the opening split. And they move to the backstretch here. And up front, 1, 2, 3. They're all daughters of Cattle Wash. It is J-Port Diamond the leader, Cackleberry in 2nd, Esmeralda Dulac following along closely in 3rd, tightening up 4th is Unplugged. Then it's about 10 or so lengths going back to Bikini Sealster, who gets a bit of encouragement, and Shuri is the trailer. Up front, it continues to be J-Port Diamond, who shows the way, cuts the mile this time out by the half in 59 and 4. Second quarter paced in 30 and 1. It is J-Port Diamond, Cackleberry getting the 2-hole trip, Esmeralda Dulac in 3rd, 4th is Unplugged, then back to Bikini Sealster, and Shuri is going to now move on that rival and look to loop around as they're making their way to 3 quarters. J-Port Diamond still in control. Cackleberry just getting a dreamy ride here, should be poised for a big stretch kick. So too Esmeralda Dulac and Unplugged as they're nose to helmet, those top 4, 129 and 3, 29 and 4 in the 3rd panel into the stretch. And as they straighten for home, J-Port Diamond now has to contend with Cackleberry as they start to sprint with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Cackleberry on the outside. J-Port Diamond now back in 2nd. Esmeralda Dulac is 3rd. On the outside is Unplugged 4th. As they're coming to the edge of the tote board, it's Cackleberry off the 2-hole trip to win. J-Port Diamond was 2nd. Unplugged was up for 3rd. Esmeralda Dulac was 4th. 157 and 2. Qualifier number 10, 2-year-old trotting fillies. It's going to be now a field of 6. We're going to scratch number 1, Kennedy Hanover. Phil Houdon will drive number 3, Tactical Rose. So we start with the 2, DA Miracle Maker. Eli Wagler trains his daughter of Alarm Detector. Travis Cullen will drive a $24,000 London Classic purchase. 3, Tactical Rose. Daughter Tactical Landing. Kyle Fellows trains. Phil Houdon drives. Harrisburg purchase for $20,000 US. 4, Timel Electra. Daughter of Green Manalishi. Mark Etzel trains and drives. Here was a $45,000 US buy out of Harrisburg. 5 is Full Moon Maybell, a Mulligan B filly, trained by Earl McLeod. Jody Jameson to steer. 6 is Lo and Behold, Green Manalishi filly trained by Meg Crome with Louis Waugh. $65,000 London Classic purchase. And 7, Emmy Laurel. Claude Cadeau trains. Bob McClure drives a Muscle Mass filly that comes out of Harrisburg for $50,000 US. Trotting fillies for the 10th qualifier are lined up as they move into the stretch. A field of 6. Qualifier number 10, here they come. And they're off and trotting. Trying to leave was Lo and Behold, but she's gone off stride. Outside starter Emmy Laurel will get around and heads out to the lead. DA Miracle Maker to get away in second. Tactical Rose is there third. Timel Electra easygoing in fourth. And then to Full Moon Maybell. And resetting was that early breaker Lo and Behold. So McClure sends this Muscle Mass filly, Emmy Laurel, out to the front as they head to the opening quarter. So it's Emmy Laurel by the opening marker in a time of 30-1. Off a 30-1 opening split, Emmy Laurel is up top by a couple of lengths and going a little wide here into the backstretch. So that one out into about the 3 or 4 path there for a moment. And as they straighten out now, comes back down in second, DA Miracle Maker, 4 lengths into Tactical Rose, who's tracked by Timel Electra. Full Moon Maybell closing the gap in 5th. And Lo and Behold is trying to regroup as that one will try to salvage this qualifier after the early break. It's Emmy Laurel, the leader by a length and a half, with DA Miracle Maker stalking second. 101-1 was the half. Second quarter trotted in 31 seconds even. And as they get into the turn, M.E. Laurel still in front. DA Miracle Maker second. Third is Tactical Rose. In fourth is Timel Electra. Then it's Full Moon Maybell in the debut fifth. Lo and Behold is getting a little bit closer there, sixth. Halfway around the far turn, M.E. Laurel in second. DA Miracle Maker will stay behind just for the time being as M.E. Laurel actually picks it up a little more here. 3/4 was 131-3, and at the head of the lane, it's M.E. Laurel off of 30-2. Third quarter, DA Miracle Maker now trying to chase this one down, but M.E. Laurel still leading it by pair. On the outside comes Full Moon Maybell. That's Timel Electra. Then back to Tactical Rose, and the last one up the inside, Lo and Behold. 16th to go, and it's still M.E. Laurel as this one is going to take it down to the wire to win by a little over 2. Second was DA Miracle Maker. Timel Electra on the outside third. Tactical Rose fourth. 2 minutes and 2/5. Final qualifier today, a field of 7, no changes. 2-year-old pacing fillies to cap things off. One is Barbuda, a cattle wash filly trained by Meg Crone. Travis Cullen drives, $18,000 London Classic purchase. 2, Naughty Delight is a Better's Delight filly trained by Tony Beaton with James McDonald in the bike, $40,000 US from the Lexington Select Sale. 3 is Better Story, Better's Delight filly trained by Luke Blay. Tyler Jones drives. This was a Harrisburg buy for $150,000 US. 4, Takes No Bull, also trained by Luke Blay, driven by Louis Waugh, a Bulldog Hanover filly. That was a $50,000 US buy at Harrisburg. 5, Molly's on Fire, Sunfire Blue Chip filly trained by Jason Libby with Travis Henry, $18,000 from the London Classic. 6 is Lion's Hungry Apple, a Stay Hungry filly trained by Randy Harris with Tyler Borth. This one from Harrisburg for $9,000 US. And 7 is Dirty Laundry, a cattle wash filly trained by Nikki Comenia. The driver, Bob McClure. Here was a $70,000 purchase from the London Classic. Final qualifier today. 2-year-old qualifiers continue tomorrow morning. It'll be a 10-race session starting at 9:30 a.m., all for 2-year-old colts and geldings. Don't forget live racing here tonight. First race post time, 6:35. The final qualifier of the morning, set to go. Here they come for the 11th. They're off and pacing. Molly's on Fire is going to shoot down the center. Away from the rail is Barbuda. Outside starter Dirty Laundry also going forward. Naughty Delight is getting away fourth. The others content to line up. And Better Story, Takes No Bull, and Lion's Hungry Apple. Here's Dirty Laundry on the outside pressing for the lead as they hit the first turn. Molly's on Fire got off the wings quickly to strike that early advantage. Now gives way. It's Dirty Laundry to the front. Molly's on Fire in second. Barbuda is third. Then fourth is Naughty Delight. Back to Better Story, followed by Takes No Bull, and the trailers Lion's Hungry Apple. 31 seconds was the opening panel. And the leader, as they straighten into the backstretch, is a daughter of cattle wash. This is Dirty Laundry. Molly's on Fire in second under a snug hold. They're 2 lengths back to Barbuda third. Fourth is Naughty Delight. Then racing fifth is Better Story. 6 you'll find Takes No Bull, and then it's 2.5 lengths back to Lion's Hungry Apple. Dirty Laundry approaching the midway point. Molly's on Fire in second. So Dirty Laundry, second time out, sat 6th throughout in the debut here today. Chops it out. 101.3 was the half-mile time. 101.3 and onto the far turn. It's Molly's on Fire who tracks the leader tightly there second. Barbuda is in third. Fourth is Naughty Delight. 2 lengths then to Better Story in fifth. Her stablemate Takes No Bull follows her sixth. And then tightening up seventh now, that's going to be Lion's Hungry Apple. First to commit to the outside was Barbuda from third. Naughty Delight sticks right to that one's helmet second over. 3/4, 131.3. 30 seconds flat in the third clip. They're into the stretch. It's Dirty Laundry. Barbuda on the outside. On covers Naughty Delight. At the rail, fourth is Molly's on Fire. Then back to Better Story, Takes No Bull, and Lion's Hungry Apple. Barbuda between horses, starting to edge by on Dirty Laundry. Naughty Delight trying to get to her on the outside, but it's Barbuda off the 2-hole trip going to win. Barbuda. Naughty Delight is finishing in second. Molly's on Fire. That one did have the 2-hole ride. Ends up third, just nipping Dirty Laundry for fourth. So Barbuda, the cattle wash filly, caps it off here today with a mile of 158.4.